Hey, I'm Vea. This is Case by Case Divorce. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to manage emails in your high conflict divorce. So the first part of this video, I'm going to be covering emails, why they're such a problem, what the psychological dynamic behind them is. And then at the end, I'm gonna cover 5 super easy, quick, useful tools that you can use right now, starting today, to gain some peace and serenity in your life and some protection so that you're not always just wide open to these emails. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, hit like, hit subscribe, or share it with other people because that's the whole point of why I'm doing this. And let's get started. Okay, so when we're talking about emails, we're talking about communication. And the first thing you need to know about a high conflict personality or somebody who is narcissistic or borderline is they're not communicating with you to share information. That's not what they're doing. In a normal, healthy relationship, people communicate to share information. In an unhealthy or abusive relationship, the abuser is communicating with you to hook you and to get an emotional reaction. Narcissists and high conflict personality people want to know that they can upset you. That's how they know that they are alive and exist. So the whole point and all your strategies need to be geared at not giving them the validation. Don't let them know that those emails are upsetting you. Don't let them know that they've confused you or made you frightened. What we're trying to convey is that they're insignificant to you and whatever they're sending to you has no impact. So the first thing you want to do is set up a separate email address that only your ex uses. So we set up our own email address. We send a message letting the ex-partner know that we're not accepting communication through any other form. Hopefully you've watched my text messaging your ex video, which I'll link to down below in the description. So you're not texting your ex anymore. And then you just only are ever going to receive things in this email address. My second tip for managing emails with your ex is to set business hours or times and days that you're going to check this email address. Probably you've been trained or just accustomed to constantly scanning the emails and checking to see what's there. But then what happens is you're just constantly living in fear and anxiety. You never know what's going to come next. You're just constantly having to be on the ready. So this is a suggestion to carve out some safe time for yourself in your day, in your week, in your month, and in your life. So this just looks like setting up business hours, exactly like I said. Think about, maybe you only check this email address at 9, at 12, and at 3 p.m. And then you don't check it again for the rest of the day. Or maybe you can leave it open during the day, but you shut the business down at 3 o'clock. Whatever it is that you choose, what I'm pointing to is the idea of setting off hours or hours where you're not receiving or responding to anything from your ex. And it's as simple as deciding where that line is and then following it. It's likely that these hours or that your willingness to check the email address has to change throughout the year, right? Like during holiday times, there's probably more dialogue back and forth if there's some medical event happening. But if it's just like day-to-day life, you don't need to be checking that email more than once or twice a day, really. I understand that it's different for every family and for every situation. But again, the invitation and the suggestion is to just carve out some safe time in your day where you know you're not getting anything from this guy or your lawyers and you're just creating a safe space for yourself. Okay, tip number 3 is make it a rule for yourself to never respond to any emails in the first 24 hours. This is a really simple rule, but it's actually kind of hard to follow because when we get these emails, we just want to write our answer, right? So this kind of tags into my 4th suggestion, which is know for yourself that you're gonna always write 2 answers. Allow yourself to write that first reactionary response, where you're saying how you feel and how unfair this is or what they're doing wrong or how it's untrue or whatever. And then you can just save it or delete it. Don't send it. After 24 hours, you can come back and you're going to craft a response, which is different from an emotional reaction. And this is going to lead us to point number 5. Here we go. Point number 5, or my 5th tip for helping you manage your emails in a high conflict divorce, is to don't prescribe, don't explain, don't defend, don't argue, don't advise. Okay, so any type of I think or I feel statement has no place in an email to your ex. Another good rule is only answer direct questions. Okay, most of the email content from your ex, I'm guessing, doesn't even warrant a response. If they're making statements or accusations or whatever else they're doing, unless it's a question, you don't have to respond at all. If it's a question that pertains to the children directly, then answer the question with what you will do and what you will not do. What you agree to, what you do not agree to. Don't explain, don't defend, just say what you will agree to and what you will not agree to. And if you follow these rules, which are get your own separate email address for this guy, don't have it open all the time, decide when you're going to be checking these emails and tailor that to how resourced you are and what's going on. Never respond in the first 24 hours of receiving an email. Always write at least 2 emails. Get all your feelings out. Don't send that one. And then write a really professional response, which follows the 5th guidelines I'm offering, which is only respond to questions and never prescribe, explain, defend, argue, or advise. If you follow these suggestions, what you're going to find is that you're not constantly getting bombarded with emails and that you actually start to have some time and some space in your day and your week and your life where you can be you. You can start to find out who you are outside of this whole divorce. You can start to create and be in healthy relation with other people and offer yourself to the world in ways that are healthy. There's room for you to grow and heal and be great. So when we're talking about emails from our high conflict exes or emails in a high conflict divorce, it's a hugely painful situation. Using these 5 tips is going to empower you and give you some of your life back. I really hope this video helped you. Please share it, like, subscribe, or you know what, drop me a comment down below on if you followed some of these suggestions and how they worked out, or other things that you figured out that work. My name is Vea. This is Case by Case Divorce. I'm grateful you shared your time with me today. Thank you for doing that, and take good care, okay? I'll see you next time.